Hey team, a quick few updates since that video was published. I'm not going to re-record it because all the information in there is pretty relevant still. But just to let you know, since that video was published, the company has now become called BODi, B-O-D-I. It stands for Beachbody On Demand Interactive. But we just feel that Beachbody does not represent the health, esteem and the mindset and everything else that we're incorporating these days. So also the Beachbody Champions page, which I mentioned, is the Facebook group. That is like the corporate Facebook group, has lots of trainings, etc. in there. That is now known as the BODi Basics page. So just be aware of that. We're also now called as partners. We're not called coaches any longer. And I think the partner is a fantastic transition because coach almost denotes some required skill set. You're not a coach, you are a partner. So we still use coach interchangeably, but know that when you're talking to future prospects, you're going to be referring to it as a partner rather than a coach. We will see that in the BODi platform now, there are things called super blocks. And every month there is the iron block, the cycling block, the all body block, and the for beginners only block. The all body block is a really sort of well-rounded, multi-purpose workout program. The iron block is specifically for people who want to build lean muscle or strong muscle. If they're men, they want to bulk out, and if they're women, I love following the iron block. But occasionally I do the all body block as well. But it really depends upon your preferences. For beginners only is designed specifically for beginners only. It's totally zero impact. So make sure that you get in and you're having a look at the various blocks and also the tabs. So you've got your fitness, you have the nutrition tab, and also the mindset tab. As a partner, it's really up to you to explore and have, get to know, become familiar with what is there in that setup. People who are currently on an old Beachbody On Demand subscription, that will automatically renew with the upgraded BODi subscription too. So if you've got customers from before who are on Beachbody On Demand, that will automatically upgrade and they will get a message from corporate explaining how that upgrade affects them. We also have a new pack called the Shake and Hustle pack. So I talk a lot about Shakeology. I love Shakeology. We found in the past that sometimes people just have a day when they miss Shakeology. And so they were getting to the end of the month with almost too many sachets or too many scoops of Shakeology left. The Shake and Hustle pack helps to overcome that. So they get 20 days of Shakeology and 20 days of Energize, our pre-workout drink, which is another incredibly popular product. There are other bundles too. When you go into the coach office, make sure that underneath the business activity tracker tab that I showed you, just beneath that is the product directory. Take a look at that, really become familiar with the various bundles that we're offering. Different regions offer different bundles, just depending on that country's legal systems and requirements for products, etc. So just become familiar. But when you have a look at the total solution, the TSPs, as we call them, the Total Solution Pack collections, they are all relevant for that particular country. So you'll see, where the currency is pounds, we have fewer selection than where the currency is for US dollars. But like I said earlier, I think that is brilliant. It works in our favor. You will be getting a training in the emails that you get from me about the Boards app. The Boards app is a really easy way to message people when you're wondering what to say. The Trello board also, make sure you really explore our Team 333 Trello board. I cannot emphasize that enough. That has literally everything in it that you could ever possibly need to run this business. It's got your scripts, it's got the flows, it's got your the follow-up system, etc., etc. So make sure you're looking at that. The Boards app really is an addition to that. It's a very quick and easy way to grab a script or grab a link if you need something to send to somebody else. I'm constantly updating it, but you will have a link to the Boards app and the tutorial that goes with it in the emails that you're getting from me, as you will with the Google Sheets tracker. Up to you how you track. Make sure you do track, otherwise you have if you're not tracking, you have no control of your business. Numbers do not lie. So make sure that you are either using pen and paper, you're doing something on your phone, you might be using a tracking system from the corporate office. I like the Google Sheets. It's designed for the year ahead, and you will have access to that as well. So just make sure that you are just getting yourself organized. I know there's a lot to take on board as a new partner, but the sooner you can get yourself organized, the more effective your business will be and the more control you will feel in your business. Know that you have now, previous to the previous video, you have access to 3 daily action hours. in our Slay Squad. So the Slay Squad really is reserved for Emerald partners and above. Emerald is when you've brought on 2 team members. However, nobody asks who you are and what your rank is, and they're a great way of you getting in and doing the daily vitals every single day with other team members. A lot of us jump on there and they last an hour. There's one, depending on our time zone, normally it's either 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. UK time, and otherwise it's 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. UK time. The other one is in the early hours of the morning, so you wouldn't want to do that one. I would suggest, as a newer partner, you aim to get on one of those every single day, or at least 4 days a week, just so that you can, different partners take it in a different way, they sort of lead it in a different way, and you'll learn an awful lot from them, and you can ask questions as well. So you know, it's a great opportunity to have sort of an interactive session, learn about the ropes of the business, and find out what's working for other people. So I will link the link, I will copy the link to that beneath this video as well, so that you have easy access to that. What else did I want to say? I've mentioned about the Beachbody Champions page. I think that's it. Let me just make sure I've gone through everything in my list that I just wanted to make an amendment on. Yep, that's it. So again, welcome to the team. Have fun with it. Know that this is your business. If you treat it like a hobby, it will give you hobby results. If you treat it like a business, you will get great results. And we are here to support you every step of the way. Make sure that you are owning what you're doing with your business. That means having a look in the coach office, going through the training. Please don't sort of keep asking questions when you've not actually done the training, because the whole point of that training is to teach you what you need to know. And then your questions are more than welcome, because we want you to come back with questions because there's something might be unclear in the training itself, rather than, you know, we don't have to have the same training calls time and time again, because that's what the training is essentially for. And also, when you bring on new partners, you don't want to have to be having the same conversations with new partners every single time, when they can just plug into a training that's been specifically designed for that. So make sure you are going through the training. Like I said at the beginning, the emails are staged in such a way to help you avoid the feeling of overwhelm. But make sure you're reading them and make sure you're actioning them. You don't have to action them the minute they come through, but just make sure that, you know, you put it in your diary that you need to have a look at that next email and work your way through it. Technically, we need, you know, if you've not already had your getting started right call, that's an important thing to do, because we can map out your plans, you know, get an idea of your goals for the business. However, you know, make sure that you're plugging into the training as you're getting access to it as well, because the questions that you come back with are going to be a lot more educated than if you've not done any training yet already. You know, if you've got an overview of what the system involves, you know, maybe you've sat on a power hour already, you've looked at the basic training in guide 1 in our team page, or you've gone through Melanie's training in the Dream Team United page. You can do either or both. Make sure you're plugging into that, because that is essentially designed to help you build your business. And then we can fine tune that on the call, because we all have different goals for the business. We all have different timelines for the business. We all have different resources that we can give to the business, as in, you know, time available during the day, etc., etc. So we want you really to have an overview of what your we want you to have an overview of what's going on in the business, your daily activities, and then we can really fine tune that, because those, once you have your getting started right call, we are bang into action. We don't have a getting started right call for you to then vanish for 3 months and not doing anything. The getting started right call is right, I'm ready. I know vaguely what I need to do, and I'm ready to get started. So make sure that you're plugging into the essentials of the business training, and then it will make that getting started right call all the more effective for you. With that, I will love you and leave you, and make it a great day.